Ain't no way. Ain't no way he just said this. There ain't no way in this world he just said this.
So are you concerned about being labeled a snitch?
I made it through prison being labeled that. I ain't scared of that. And I ain't never PC, never got touched, none of that.
What is PC?
Protected cousin, nigga ain't never laid no hand on me nowhere. I'm in prison.
Okay.
All different type of states, you know that.
Okay. So who got out of the car and who stayed in the car?
I did everything.
I think I asked you this, but have you ever worn dreads around April 2015?
I don't know.
Do you remember telling the police Shannon and Dee and Tay got out the car and Monktunk stayed in?
Shannon was never with us.
All right, listen to the question she's asking and answer that question. And then you can explain if you need to.
Do you remember telling the police that Shannon and Dee and Tay got out of the car, and it's T-A-Y?
No, Shannon was never with us.
I'm sorry.
No, Shannon was never with us.
I understand that's your testimony today. I'm asking you if you remember telling the police that Shannon and Dee and Tay, and by Dee I mean Demikion, and Tay got out of the car and Monktunk stayed in. Do you remember telling the police that?
No.
Do you remember telling the police that Shannon and Dee got out of the car and went and shot up the house?
I shot up the house.
I understand. Do you remember telling the police that Shannon and Dee got out of the car and shot up the house?
I shot up the house.
All right, listen to the question and answer the question she's asking.
Do you remember telling the police that Shannon and Dee got out of the car and shot up the house?
No, I don't remember. I shot up the house. That's all I remember.
Since you now say that Shannon wasn't there, do you recall what kind of gun you told police Shannon had?
No.
When he shot up the house?
He ain't had no gun. He went down.
Do you recall telling the police that Shannon had a Draco 7.62?
I'm the only one with a Draco.
Say the one.
I was the only one with that gun.
Okay.
That gun was in my name. How can somebody else have my gun?
Okay. So did you lie on Shannon?
Yeah, I told you that the other day.
Okay.
I lied on everybody.
So
Today, I was going to give Miss Love her highest grade. In the beginning, she was doing good. I'm like, oh, man, they going to dislike me.
what school was it that you were attending when you said the last grade that you finished in school was 8th grade?
Oh, it was CEP or Turner School.
Say that again?
CEP or Turner School.
And what does CEP stand for, please?
I don't know.
Was it Crim?
No.
Okay. Where was it located?
Off of Cleveland somewhere.
All right. And what year was that you would have dropped out of 8th grade?
I don't remember.
All right. On August 5th, 2015, when you met with Detectives Gaither and Dennis at the Atlanta Police Department, do you remember them asking you what grade you completed in school?
No.
Okay. Do you remember, let me ask you a different question then. Do you remember telling them that you graduated?
That was a lie.
Even if you don't remember telling them that you graduated, do you remember Detective Gaither asking you whether or not 8th grade is what you meant or something else, because people graduate from 8th grade?
I didn't graduate from 8th grade. Last graduation was kindergarten.
Okay.
I was in Turner School, everything else.
Okay. Did you sign a piece of paper when you talked to Detective Gaither and Dennis in 2015 saying, I understand my rights?
Obviously, I didn't understand them, but I don't remember.
So you wish you did not
I
understand?
said, obviously, I didn't understand them, but I don't remember.
So why do you say obviously you didn't understand them, Mr. Zachary?
I had no damn business right there.
Sir?
I had no business right there.
Mr. Zachary, could you speak into the microphone?
I had no business right there.
You have no business right there?
Yeah.
Right where?
Talking to no police.
Why? Why'd you smack your lips just now?
Nothing. I don't know.
You don't remember why you smacked your lips just now? Okay. Do you regret talking to the police back then?
Yes.
Okay. Why do you regret it?
Because y'all playing with people's lives.
All right. At the time you talked to them, did you feel like the police were playing with people's lives?
I was young and dumb.
Okay, that's not the question, and I don't think you're ever dumb. At the time you talked to the police in August 2015, Did you think the police were playing with people's lives?
I always thought the police play with people's lives.
Okay. And how old were you in August 2015?
20.
Sir?
20.
And now it's looking like, Miss Love, you got it. But that was so, you got it, girl, you got it. So I'm like, all right, bruh. Finally, Miss Love about to start cooking. But then stuff started going off the rails. And I mean downhill quickly.
And so we believe that the jury should be allowed to see what part he's willing to acknowledge and what part he's not willing to acknowledge. Because frankly, I don't know what part that is.
Well, if you want to get on to some other parts and find out, but this is just belaboring everything entirely too much.
It sounds like it is with respect, Your Honor, but it is not, because let me say this. Every one of these retaliatory shootings, they involve the things that I'm asking him about. I'm not asking him about immaterial, irrelevant stuff. And I get that the court is a little bit, maybe tired of the state asking questions. And I hate that. But the state can't truncate its duty because the defense doesn't want us to present everything to the jury. And this witness can't hijack, no one can hijack the state's case by pretending not to remember and then selectively remembering certain things that he thinks is going to help the defense. That's not fair to the state, to the victims, or to this side, period. And I believe that in the adversarial spirit that our rules of evidence are designed around, and given the spirit of admissibility that is enshrined in our rules of evidence, and given the reason that I'm doing it, and I'm not trying to belabor anything, this is important and detailed information. I'm not saying, did you say the or a or and? I have notes that allow me to get to specific points. This is not even like me being broad and coming back. This is me asking this witness very important things that the jury needs to hear in order to make their determinations in the end. And I ask the court, since this is a very important case with very intricate facts and very intricate law that the court is going to give them at the end, that the court allow me to thoroughly examine my witness the way that I believe is appropriate, as opposed to the way that Mr. Steele, Mr. Sharp, and anyone else wants me to.
It has nothing to do with who thinks what is appropriate. It has to do with, following the rules of evidence and getting on with this incredibly lengthy trial. So what's something that he told the police that you think is, true and that you want out?
Everything that I'm asking him, Judge, and let me also say, getting along with this very lengthy trial, it should not cause the court to essentially gut the state's ability to prove and adequately prove its case.
You getting rid of your only ally. This is like playing dodgeball, and you turn around and hit your own person while they're trying to come with a damn play. I'm looking like, yo, Miss Love is definitely gonna sit up here and file something. I don't know what she gonna file in particular, but she definitely gonna file a motion or have her big sis Fonnie step in, because bruh, it only got worse and worse from there, to the point where I'm thinking to myself, why aren't you smart enough to literally go, all right, Your Honor, but this is what I want to introduce right here and make it succinct. She can't do that. It's like her comprehension skills lack massively. And I'm looking at Miss Love like, you need to be mislearned today. You need to learn to shut the fuck up, because you're pissing off the judge. And she's so in her own thoughts that she can't even see it. We can actively see you keep going back to your paper, and it look like you're going line by line. It look like you're check marking stuff off. Now, it could be you typed up a whole bunch of questions. I doubt that highly. You don't seem prepared at all when it comes to meticulous things like that.
Yes. So I would ask the court to allow the state to conduct its examination in accordance with the rules of evidence. And until I do something that is not proper, that has an objection that the court deems should be sustained. And I don't believe, let's cut her short because she might be, getting too much information out of this witness or going to be doing too much damage. The court remembers, the objection that they had last week was, Judge, if he gets up there and says, I don't remember, or if he falls out, or if he does this, there were all these predictions about what is going to happen with this particular witness. There was the prediction that they don't even believe he's going to come, made on Monday or Friday, week before. All of these things surrounding what happens if he doesn't remember or doesn't talk. He was talking Friday. I don't don't know what he decided, who he talked to. He wasn't supposed to talk to anybody, but he comes in today with the I don't remember, obviously with the intent to hamstring the state's ability to get pertinent information in front of the jury. And frankly, that should not be allowed. That is not right. It is not in keeping with the
I guess
spirit.
I'm just saying, let's go ahead and get to the pertinent information.
Judge, this is the very pertinent information. I'm not misrepresenting anything to the court at all. I mean, we could sit there and I can go show you line for line. But I don't think that's required. I don't think that's what the court wants.
365 Georgia Appeal, 178 in Division 2, 877 Southeast 2D, 855 2022 case. And I specifically rely upon the fact that the witness said that I don't remember, some things he does remember, and then it's extrinsic. He's being impeached with extrinsic evidence. So that may make, you may have to make the decision, I may have another objection, but his prior video audio statement admissible to impeach. But
Yes, it does.
But what the prosecutor's doing is she is taking the hearsay. Did Detective Gaither say this? Did Detective Gaither do this? And then just moving on. That's not impeachment. And what I believe may happen is when the state calls Detective Gaither, they're going to try to play this recording. I will be objecting because they did not give this witness, which it says in Rozier, the opportunity to see the prior statement and explain it if he can. That's my objection.
I mean, that's what I wish you would get to. Is XYZ true? Well, then,
Judge,
here you said it. Explain it.
Judge, number one, it would be hearsay if I were to just ask him, did you say this in a certain interview? I have to first ask him, is it like, did you do this? And then if he says yes or no, well, then I have to confront him, bring to mind the time.
Getting to the facts, though. Why? It's not really that it matters. Did you say this? If we know he said it, just ask him, is it true? And then impeach him with his statement.
Because whether or not it's true is entirely different from what, okay, I'll back it up. For a statement, a prior inconsistent statement to be substantive evidence and not just impeachment, Your Honor, we have to ask the witness whether the fact of the statement is true.
That is what I'm saying.
And him saying to police one thing and then saying to us another only means that he said it to the police once, said it to us another way, not whether or not the fact of the matter has not been presented to him. We have to ask him the fact. In other words,
that's what you don't seem to be doing.
That is exactly what I'm doing, Your Honor, with respect. It's if saying, okay, did you bite the apple? You don't ask him if he bit the apple, but you ask, did you tell the police that you bit the apple? He says, I don't remember. And then we learn he told the police that he bit the apple. Guess what it shows? Nothing. Even though the two statements are inconsistent.
You're not even doing what you're saying. No. What you're doing is saying, hey, this person has an apple. Where did the person get it from? Oh, he got it from the tree up the block. When did he go get it from up the tree up the block? Oh, yesterday? What did he do when he initially got it? So you're not even telling the truth. You're saying a bunch of things that do not matter. And the judge is being so freaking nice that I'm just like, God, dog. But Miss Love always seems to try to play victim when she doesn't get her damn way. And no, it doesn't get easier from there. It gets way freaking worse.
You have to ask him the fact. In other words,
that's what you don't seem to be doing.
That is exactly what I'm doing, Your Honor, with respect. It's if saying, okay, did you bite the apple? You don't ask him if he bit the apple, but you ask, did you tell the police that you bit the apple? He says, I don't remember. And then we learn he told the police that he bit the apple. Guess what it shows? Nothing. Even though the two statements are inconsistent, because nobody ever presented him with a plain basic question, did you bite the apple? It just shows.
But you're not doing that either.
Actually, I am. I asked him, did they shoot at the house? That's the only time you get me asking whether or not you told the police anything is after I ask him, did a certain thing happen? Were you at your house? Was your house on Cleveland? Did Summer come and wake you up? When he says either no, I don't know, I don't remember, you know it didn't, I go and then say, did you tell the police that you did? I have to confront him with it. And then when he says yes, no, maybe, I have to bring in either the statement or the officer that he told to show that he said it. Because only then do I show that that prior statement of no, Summer didn't come to my house, no, this didn't happen, is untrue by showing what he said to the police.
All right, let's take a bathroom break.
I'm asking him substantive questions that by curtailing my ability to ask, the court is curtailing my ability to ask him, did this happen? And that is all that I'm asking to be allowed to do, because without it, the court is, the record that is being created is only that It was, he doesn't remember what he told the police. And then she went and showed what he told the police. And so the only thing proven is he told the police that. Us showing him, telling the police that isn't substantive evidence of anything except the opposite of what he said on the stand. I don't remember what I told the police. Oh, well, here's what you told the police. Oh, okay, that's what you told the police. It is not substantive evidence of did this happen, and an inconsistent statement of did this happen.
Yes, it is.
And Your Honor.
Judge, I would ask that the court allow me until the lunch break to ask the questions the way that I believe we need to ask them to make the record clear and to prove our case. And at lunch, I will bring back the case law that shows what I'm saying. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
The only other thing I want to raise is, Your Honor, and I'm sorry, I have to say something. For 2 years, I have watched the state, and specifically Miss Love, anytime there's been a ruling against her, take the floor and argue every single time and filibuster. I appreciate that an attorney at times is going to want to make a request for the court to reconsider its rulings, but I don't think that needs to happen every time and in the form of a filibuster. Thank you.
Let's get the witness back in, please.
Honorable Judge Whitaker, let me give you a nugget from your predecessor, from my uncle Glanville.
You continually engage in this pattern of behavior, Miss Love. You don't want to accept my ruling.
Your Honor,
I know you're being an advocate, but at some point, stop. Just stop. I made my ruling. Good, bad, or indifferent to you. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some.
I do accept that
Okay,
fact.
no,
but
you
Judge,
don't.
we have
No,
not-
you don't.
That's how you do it. Do you think you could do it? No. Do you have to do it that way? No, you don't even have to do it that way. But coddling this woman and allowing herself to play victim and all that crap, that's not being a fair judge. Because had it had been Adams, had it had been Harvey, had it had been Matthews, you would have damn near thrown their ass under the jail. So I don't believe you with that BS. And you want to know why we can say that? Because we always have further proof.
Accomplish is for you to ask the questions about the things that are material, not every line or every other line, and I'm exaggerating a little bit, but not all of the minutia of what is in this statement, like how far away they parked when whomever did the shooting. I mean, does that really matter?
There's a reason that I asked that question. When there's a witness who talked about them parking at the stop sign. He may not have seen the other car, but this witness has testified that it was only him and one person who followed a car and shot at people. Yeah. So the fact that there's a witness who testifies that there was a car that stopped up the street at the stop sign, and we have this witness telling police in August 2015 that they stopped kind of far back, and that the other car stopped in front of the house and shot. Mm-hmm. We believe that those details matter, and they provide what the court called, I think, evidentiary depth, and that the jury can look at what other witnesses unconnected with this witness say and decide which version of the statements that this witness has given is true and why.
So then you can just say, did you park really far away? And then he can say no. And then you can impeach with the statement. It's all that needs to happen.
Judge, I understand, but respectfully, we can't tell the defense how to ask questions, Your Honor, and I appreciate the court's suggestions regarding how more succinctly to ask the questions. But I don't ask the questions that I ask for no reason. I certainly don't ask them for the purposes of delay.
I know it's not for the purpose of delay. I think it must be because you think every tiny little detail is crucial to your case, and that's why you're asking every tiny little detail.
I don't think every tiny little detail for sure, but I do think that details matter. And
I know that you think that details matter.
And
all right, well, it's been 20 minutes that we've been on this one topic. Maybe we'll cut our lunches down to 35 minutes from now on.
You think? I said it before, like 4 videos ago. I said, Whitaker, you got to starting court earlier. You know what's so funny? If y'all recall, in the beginning, God created heaven and earth. No, I'm joking. If y'all recall in the beginning, when she came through, we kept hearing rumors about Miss Judge Paige Honorable Whitaker, she's the timely person. Bro, we had probably like 5 breaks today. We had a bunch of BS going on today. And I ain't gonna hold you. I'm like, this is Glanville all over. This is Uncle Glanville all over. Euro Glanville 2.0. And the fact that I know that Miss Love is being manipulative, and I'm just like, you keep on saying you're not going to mislead. You're not going to mislead. One piece of evidence, and I'll keep pointing back to it. Y'all misled with your lyric shit. You literally said Lil Woody gonna pop at your noggin was a direct shot at Lil Wayne. Then y'all turned around and said, no, that was meant for Big Nut. So what the hell is it? And then damn, this moron Lil D just decided to show his whole ass today.
Okay, you did. Okay. Now, did you tell the police that Summer's cousin dropped you all off at the house?
No.
Was Summer scared to go back to her house?
Objection. Calls for speculation.
Your Honor, explains what he did with Shannon.
Establish a basis and you can ask it. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Your Honor, I would object to Mr.
Well, you're the one that just did it.
Stop talking back and forth to each other. You need to turn on your mic. Go ahead and ask the question if you can establish a foundation.
Did Summer have her own car when you got dropped off at the Chevron by 166?
Why you keep asking me about another female?
Just answer the question.
I don't know. I don't know.
Sustained.
Do you remember who dropped you off?
You did.
After all, okay, I did.
Yeah.
Did you tell the police I did?
Nah, I ain't want to know we were messing around.
Okay, you did. Okay. Now, did you tell the police that Summer's cousin dropped you all off at the house? Who else was flying?
You?
Were you flying?
No.
What did you have to do to be fine?
I don't even know what the hell slime is.
Since you say you don't know what it is, did you know on August 5th, 2015 what slime is?
I don't know.
Did you tell the police that they call themselves slime because they be stealing stuff?
Who are they?
The people who call themselves slime.
I don't know who called themselves slime.
Okay. But did you tell the police, quote, they call themselves slime because they be stealing stuff?
If I told them that means I had to know who was slime. I don't know who slime.
Would you just answer the question?
I don't remember when I was in prison. I felt it hit my head.
Okay.
Somebody made a very poignant thing by saying, why didn't Miss Love sit up there and not deny being slime? Because when everybody else is on the phone and they say they gang members or say they slime and everything like that, she always say, well, why wouldn't they deny it immediately when we hear about stuff like that? So that right there goes to show, Miss Love, everybody doesn't think like you do. Because you don't think when you have the opportunity as well. Now, what I will say is Miss Love gets a freaking F-. Had she not played victim, I was going to give her a B+. She was doing B+ behavior, but once again, you can only fake it for so damn long. You're not even playing to win, but also, as a witness, Lil D gets a F- as well, too. Because at the end of the day, he don't know what the hell he doing. I'm just going to be fair, square, obvious, and honest. He looking real stupid at times because certain things that you're supposed to do. One, you're not supposed to boast that you're a goddamn snitch. Because if you were boasting that you were a snitch, that means that in order to be that, some of that shit has to be true. All she has to do is paint the illustration that what you're saying is true. Now, I freaking know for a fact that we can't remember nothing from damn near 15 years ago. Really 14 years ago. So when Miss Love is doing that, and I think Cross is going to have to do a tremendous job at this, is they're going to have to basically make it seem like, bruh, you couldn't remember all that stuff. And on top of that, there's a pattern of behavior of cats who sat up there and lied to the police, getting caught, turning around, doing time. Every single freaking time. So I personally don't know what the hell he's thinking, but he damn sure keep on playing with her like that. She's going to perjure his ass, and he's definitely going to go to jail. Then they really going to be pissed off. Then they're going to come back with another person to do a GoFundMe to say, hey, we got to do this and we got to do that. But hey, it is what it is. I don't know what the hell they talking about as far as what's going on because we haven't been introduced to none of this stuff. Miss Love needs to stick to her game plan. The game plan was doing fine in the beginning. The problem with it is when it started to deviate and all that stuff, you went right when you should have went left. And that's the biggest thing. See, when you're real about it and you're great about it, it doesn't matter. It's like telling somebody, man, stop using profanity all the time. You cuss all the time. And then they say, all right, man. And for the first 5 minutes, say, gosh darn it. Gee willikers. Holy smokes. God. Fudge. And then next thing you know, 5 minutes later, fuck, bitch ass motherfucker. This is exactly what Miss Love is doing. Has she proven her point yet? No. Has it been proven for anything? No. But do remember, she's doing this so that she can make sure that she bringing those tapes. And by him saying, I don't care about being labeled no snitch, and she can show that there's some truth to what he's saying about people being put behind bars, she will take the W. But then we got to go back to it again. What are we supposed to believe? Because in that instance, I have no idea. But sure to keep your people aware, subscribe, turn on that bell to notify. Check out the Young Dolph video.